And that's what I teach in the classroom, okay? I always say give it to your friend, not your mom, because your mom. Your mom!
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and back to another video. This video is going to be an interesting one, and here's why. So I literally was in the middle of editing and working on a new video format that I'm going to be doing on my channel, where I am reacting to woke Twitter, not TikTok, Twitter this time, because Twitter is just as crazy as far as the wokies and the woke mob. And as I was gathering content, I came across this video, and it was so insane and so crazy and stood out to me that I said, you know what? I need to do a standalone video of this reaction by itself, because it is that insane that it couldn't just be in a compilation. It had to be its own video. So I'm not even gonna set it up as far as what it's about. Let's just watch it together, analyze it, and break it down like I normally do on this channel. And folks, fasten your seatbelts, because this one is a crazy one. Let's react. All right, I'm all queued up. Let's go.
I feel like I had to learn the concept of chosen families really young, and it wasn't anything to do with my queerness, but just based on the fact that I didn't have the love at home that I needed, and I knew that I was valuable and deserved it, so I found it on my own early on. And, you know, I shouldn't be blamed for that, because blood still exists. You were never there for me, and I found my own love, and that's okay, and I think everybody should be allowed to do that, and that's what I teach in the classroom, okay? I always say give it to your friend, not your mom, because your mom. And I don't know, I just am so sad. I am so sad, and I hate my sister. She's a that's all I have to say.
That's my major problem with school. I really don't do anything unless I actually want to do it. And most of the time, I don't want to do anything at all.
Okay, so did you see what I saw? Did you hear what I heard? The red flags are everywhere. Let's talk about it. So here you have a Florida teacher. I'm not sure what grade she teaches, but she's a teacher that teaches children. And she's talking about all of her emotional issues. And now that's fine, right? Because we all are working on ourselves. Nobody's perfect. So I'm not judging her for having emotional family issues. But what I'm finding prevalent in that video, which is why I'm reacting to it, is she's projecting her own family issues that she has with her mom and her sister and her self-identity, and she's using that as a weapon, in my opinion, to abuse her power as a teacher over children. She said in the video, "This is why I teach my kids in class." There should be no correlation with that. There really shouldn't. Like, whatever you're going through in your personal life, whatever therapy sessions you need to work through is separate, right? But it should have nothing to do with you as a teacher. It should have nothing to do with how you approach your class and how you communicate with your kids in class. But what she clearly is admitting and stating is that she's actively using her own pain, her own emotional distress, her own emotional issues, and she is channeling that as a teacher. And she's gonna teach the kids the right way to do things, which, for all we know, is very toxic and an issue, because one, you're not a licensed professional to be counseling children. You're a teacher. Two different things. And what gives you the right to use your platform to these impressionable children to teach them what you've learned in your personal life, which has nothing to do with academics? Nothing. Unless this is college and you're doing a psychology 101 class or a sociology class on family dynamics, that's different. But this is, I'm assuming, a public elementary or junior high school that she's teaching at. And yet she's talking about how her emotional distress and her emotional issues is a driving force as to why she teaches the way that she does and why she communicates the way that she does to her kids. That, to me, is an abuse of power. And this is the problem that I have with the public school system, and specifically with the gender ideology mafia. It's this garbage. It's this idea that they're actively going to indoctrinate children. They actively are sorting children out to indoctrinate, because in their minds, they're thinking, well, these children are the future, right? These children are the future politicians, the future adults that are going to be running things. And we want to mold and shape their minds as much as possible so that they reflect our own issues and reflect our own image of ourselves. So that way we can ensure that the future is going to be exactly how we see it, exactly how you view the world. And how do you change things in the future? You start with the kids. You indoctrinate the children. And that is actively happening in so many public schools. And the fact that this woman had the gall to go on a public platform to proclaim this. To publicly proclaim this lets you know how comfortable she feels and how comfortable so many of these other public school teachers feel when it comes to indoctrination of your kids with sexuality and with gender ideology. They feel free to do this, which is why they're openly telling you, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm teaching your kids. That woman needs a therapist. She needs a therapist ASAP. She's got mommy issues. She's got dependency issues. She's got trust issues. I mean, the list goes on and on. And again, I'm not judging her for having those issues because, hey, nobody's perfect, right? No family is perfect. But what you can't do is take your family dynamics and your family issues and your insecurities and your hatred and your anger for your mom and use it as fuel for how you teach your kids in class. One has nothing to do with the other, but yet here she is during her emotional breakdown talking about how she's gonna do things in a certain way based on her experience with her bad mom and her trust issues with her sister. And the list goes on. Yeah, it's insanity. And the fact that she has access to children is what's even scarier. The fact that she's able to use her platform to abuse her power. And the part that really struck me too is this part. Let me go back to where she said this.
I found my own love, and that's okay, and I think everybody should be allowed to do that, and that's what I teach in the classroom, okay? I always say give it to your friend, not your mom, because your mom. And I don't know, I just am so...
And that's why I always tell my kids, give it to your friend, not your mom. F your mom. She literally is teaching children to distance themselves from their mothers and their fathers because you can't trust them, but you can trust me. You can trust your friends. You can trust the system, but don't trust your family. So what happens when a parent is concerned because their child is showing susceptibility to liberal ideology when it comes to gender? And here you have this teacher who actively is probably going to be telling that child, don't trust your mom. Don't tell your mom. You can trust me. You can talk to me. I'll guide you. Don't trust your mom. How is that not a problem? How is that even allowed in school? I mean, she's admitting it. She's literally saying, this is what I do. She's teaching children to not have a connection with their parents because you can't trust your parents. You can't trust your mom. You can't trust your dad. You can't trust your sister because I couldn't trust them. So don't trust yours. If you don't think that that's what she's doing to her classmates, you're blind. She 100% is projecting her own emotions onto her students. She's literally saying it in her breakdown. And then at the end of the video, which I found even more disturbing, is the caption, the only thing these Florida kids are learning from me is be gay. I mean, she literally is saying my way of living, my life, my projections, my issues, my sexuality, me is all that matters. And I will project myself and my issues to your children because their validation of me and their affirmation of me is more important. In fact, it is the only thing that is important. And that is a theme that we keep seeing from public school systems that are adopting these liberal ideology movements. It's all about social justice, which is really a masquerade for affirm me and my views. Thank you, children. That is what it's become. And I just don't understand how this woman still has a license. I don't understand how this woman can still teach. I don't understand how she wasn't fired after this video. I mean, if I had a child in her class, they would get pulled out in 2.5 seconds. In 2.5 seconds. Who you are is irrelevant. Your issues are irrelevant. Your sexuality is irrelevant. Your gender identity is irrelevant. Your political leanings are irrelevant when you are a teacher. Just teach the class, academics, and then go home and talk to your therapist or phone a friend. But do not put your garbage onto kids and expect that to be your lot in life. It's not. What you're doing, madam, is you are abusing your power as a teacher. And you are the reason why so many parents are pulling their kids out of school and so many parents are upset and enraged when it comes to the school system. It's because of teachers like you who are more concerned with your own self-beliefs and your own self-reflections than teaching children. The classroom is not your therapy session. Those kids are not your therapist. Go find a couch, lay down, and talk to somebody. But stop putting your garbage onto children. That is not your right. And despite what liberals love to say,
parents have responsibility, but no rights.
Yes, parents do have rights over their kids and how they're being taught. Yes, they do. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I had to get all preachy on you, but I saw this video and I was just like, this can't be real. This has to be a parody. This has to be a joke. This has to be something. But it's real. It's all real. And it's scary. It is absolutely scary that this is what is happening in the public school system today. Mental illness is real. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video. Do you think this teacher is bonkers crazy? Should she even be a teacher? Let me know what you think. If you enjoy my content, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit my notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video. If you guys have any video ideas for me to react to, let me know in the comments down below. Also, shoot me a DM or a message on TikTok or on Instagram, and I definitely will take a look. My name on Instagram and TikTok is CurlyBoyChuck, just like all social media platforms. Until next time, peace.